The world after the flood, as described in various religious and mythological traditions, marks a new beginning, a profound transformation of life on earth. According to the biblical account in the book of Genesis, the flood was a divine judgment to cleanse the earth of its corruption and wickedness. Only Noah, his family, and pairs of animals survived, chosen to repopulate and restore the planet. After the floodwaters receded, the world was reborn, symbolized by God's covenant with Noah, marked by the rainbow. In the aftermath, the earth was dramatically different. The flood had reshaped the landscape, with new rivers, lakes, and mountain ranges emerging. Soil fertility was likely altered by the massive amounts of water, mud, and debris deposited during the deluge. Forests and vegetation that had been wiped out had to regrow, offering new opportunities for life to take root. For humanity, the world was a blank slate. Noah and his descendants were tasked with repopulating the earth, but also with carrying the responsibility of maintaining harmony and righteousness. This meant cultivating the land, raising animals, and building societies with the lessons of the flood in mind. The promise of God never again to destroy the world with a flood served as both a comfort and a reminder of the fragility of human existence. For animals, the world also presented a fresh start, though the ecosystems were in disarray at first. Some species may have struggled to adapt to the post-flood environment, while others would have thrived as ecosystems slowly re-established themselves. The biodiversity that existed before the flood had been greatly reduced, but new forms of life gradually filled ecological niches. The flood story, while rooted in mythology and religion, resonates across cultures and continues to influence human understanding of nature, morality, and resilience. It serves as a reminder of the destructive power of natural forces and the potential for renewal and restoration, urging humanity to care for the earth and its creatures. The world after the flood was not just a physical place but a moral and spiritual starting point, where humans were given another chance to live in harmony with creation. Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, who played crucial roles in the biblical narrative following the flood. Each of these sons is traditionally regarded as the ancestor of different nations and peoples, marking the beginning of the post-flood world spread and diversification. Shem is often considered the eldest son, and he is associated with the Semitic peoples, including the Hebrews, Arabs, and many other groups in the Near East. In the Bible, Shem's descendants are said to include notable figures such as Abraham, the patriarch of the Israelites. Shem's line is often regarded with special significance in the Abrahamic faiths, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, due to the covenant God made with Abraham and his descendants. Shem's role in the post-flood world is therefore not only that of a physical ancestor but also a spiritual one, as his descendants helped shape the religious and cultural history of the Middle East and beyond. Ham, the second son, is traditionally believed to be the progenitor of the African nations and some regions of the Middle East. His descendants are said to include the peoples of Egypt, Cush, Ethiopia, Canaan, and others. In the biblical narrative, Ham's actions toward his father Noah are sometimes interpreted as disrespectful, leading to Noah cursing Ham's son, Canaan. This curse has been a source of historical and theological debate, particularly regarding its use in justifying slavery and racial prejudice. Nevertheless, Ham's line is significant in the formation of ancient civilizations, particularly in Africa and parts of Asia. Japheth, the youngest son, is generally associated with the peoples of Europe and parts of Asia. Japheth's descendants are said to include the Greeks, Romans, Scythians, and other groups from the northern and western regions. In some interpretations, Japheth's descendants are seen as playing a role in the spread of knowledge, culture, and civilization in the post-flood world, particularly in the development of Western societies. Together, Noah's sons and their descendants are said to have repopulated the earth after the flood, with each line contributing to the diverse cultures and nations that emerged. Their stories emphasize the interconnectedness of humanity, as all nations trace their roots back to these 3 brothers, symbolizing the rebuilding of the world and the shared human experience across different cultures and epochs.